Hello, most beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I just wanted to take a few moments to go over some things about the Healy for you. Maybe you've heard me talking about it, maybe you've heard other people talking about it, and have some curiosity around what it is, what it's capable of, what all the excitement is about. And so I'm here to share that with you today. And so I'm going to try and go through this as quickly as possible and just kind of cover some of the highlights. And then at the end of the presentation, if you have more questions or you're interested in learning more or would like an in person or over the Zoom, uh, presentation and demonstration specifically for yourself. We can do some scans and kind of walk you through how the actual apps work and how you can utilize those with the Healy in order to get some health, wellness, vitality, uh, coherence in your life. How does that sound? All right, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. So the Healy has been out now in the US for about 6 years. They definitely are a younger company. However, they have an incredible team of people behind them that have really been working hard to not only bring this to the public so that we have a little bit more autonomy when it comes to our own health and well-being, but their customer service has improved over the years, and they are a company with just amazing integrity. And I am someone who does not speak out about products generally unless it's something that I feel incredibly in alignment with. And I can tell you for the last year, this product has been pulling me in and taking me down the rabbit hole in a very beautiful and good way. So the very first thing that we have to do here is we have to give you a little bit of disclaimer, just basically stating that this is not meant to cure any kind of illness issue. However, what it does do is it works with our bioenergetic field, getting everything back into alignment so that our body can do exactly what it knows how to do, which is heal, right? As long as it has the right environment, then our bodies are amazing, amazing things, and they can really bring us back into the perfect version of ourselves. So, the first thing I want to talk to you about is the evolution of Healy and how it impacts our health. And it is a device that uses microcurrents to change our body's frequencies and support the cells within our body to return to their natural alignment. And once again, once they do that, our body knows exactly what to do to utilize that and to begin to allow us to heal, whether that's mentally, emotionally, or physically. So there's a couple quotes here that you may be familiar with. They've been around for quite some time. You've probably heard the name Albert Einstein once or twice in your life, maybe even Nikola Tesla. So a very, very long time ago, these amazingly brilliant gentlemen had a few things to say and to share with the world. And Nikola Tesla shared that if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Albert Einstein said to us, the future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. So, although a lot of this information has been kind of suppressed and kept from us for many, many, many years, this was something that was known quite some time ago. And even though the Healy itself is something very new on the market, this really is truly ancient technology that is being used. So I want to share with you a little bit about what the heck a Healy is, right? So the Healy is a wearable device that delivers frequencies through microcurrent or scalar waves without the need for any kind of harmful EMFs. When we apply the frequency programs via the device, it starts to shift those energies out of our physical body, bringing us back into the whole balanced alignment. It's where science meets spirituality with Tesla inspired technology. The wearable Healy frequency device reads your bioenergetic field in real time and reanalyzes every 10 seconds, intending to bring the body and mind back into coherence. It's the only frequency device that contains a resonance sensor. This enables it to to connect to your original optimal blueprint in the quantum information field and then send the appropriate frequencies into your bioenergetic field, also in real time, that are a match to your unique blueprint. It's a non invasive, drug free, pain free, and surgery free therapy, beginning to revolutionize alternative medicine. It's meant to complement, not replace existing medical support system. Now, of course, there's a lot of things we can do to help ourselves using these frequencies. But if you have something that is dire, very concerning, it's always best to speak with a medical professional. And you can do that in conjunction with utilizing the frequencies. To give you a little bit of an idea here, when I first received my Healy, this is what the packaging looked like. The device here is the actual Healy. It's very small and compact. It has cords that come with it that plug in, and those cords then snap onto either these sticky pads that you may have noticed with like a TENS machine in the past, or with these bracelets. And these bracelets wrap around your wrist, they're Velcro. And when you're utilizing the Healy with the coil or with the cords, excuse me, and either sticky pads or the bracelets, you are actually running a very low voltage of, uh, of current into your physical body, which along with the frequencies then is communicating with your cells and reinforming them and letting them know what they need to do to get back in line and start performing better and keep your body in a place where it can easily heal and regenerate. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love about the Healy is that if it is not convenient for you to be able to utilize it with the cords, they also have on the far left this piece that's called a coil. Now, the coil plugs into the same two holes that the cords would plug into, and it has the ability of casting those frequencies that would normally be going in through the wires out into about a 3-foot bubble of energy. So it is immersing not only your physical body, but your energetic field as well. It's sending frequencies to reinform not only what's going on physically in the body, but what's going on in that mental, emotional state that lives without or outside of our body, excuse me. So as you can see here, here's an example. I have a woman on my treatment table, and we're utilizing 2 different frequencies with her during her session, along with some crystals, of course, because it's me. And so you can see that we have one of the devices that is hooked up to the cords. It's running to the bracelets around her wrists. And as it's doing that, it is sending those frequencies through her entire body. And the other device, as you can see, has the little coil plugged in rather than the wires, and the coil is casting about a 3-foot bubble. So she is being bathed in the frequencies that this device is offering for her. So she's essentially getting 2 treatments at once, along with everything else that we were doing during our session that day. So, something to also know is that the Healy doesn't just have to be used on people. It can also be used on animals. In fact, animals respond incredibly well to the frequencies. I've seen some insane changes, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical, with animals. And here we have one of my little friends that I used to pet sit. Her name is Hazel. And Hazel has extreme anxiety issues, or did. And so when I got my Healy, I began using it with her, and we saw a tremendous shift in the matter of 2 days. It was just mind blowing and super exciting for not only me, but also for her parents, who now don't feel quite as nervous about leaving her home by herself for a period of time or not being able to go out of town if I'm not available to watch her. They also have a kit that you can connect to the animal so that if you want to send that microcurrent frequency into the body, the physical body of the animal, there are some bands that actually wrap around their waist or chest, and you're able to utilize it that way as well with the animal kit that can be purchased separately. I want to talk a little bit about the company because, again, as I mentioned, I don't stand behind just anything. Not only have I seen amazing things with this device, but this company has such an insane amount of integrity. Time and time again, they've proved themselves to myself as well as some other people who have had some issues in the past with little hiccups here and there. And the company has gone above and beyond to accommodate and assist people. But one of the most profound things I want you to understand is we're just going to listen real quick to the Healy vision and the Healy mission. So, the Healy vision states the vision is to empower people to live a healthy, fulfilled, and conscious life, and to inspire their growing global community to make a continuous positive impact on humanity. And the mission statement is such. Healy World creates revolutionary products and opportunities to empower their members to thrive and live a life of freedom, passion, and joy. So that gives me goosebumps, right? I mean, that's just really amazing. This company truly is all about trying to shift the collective consciousness, trying to give us back our sovereignty when it comes to healing ourselves. Of course, like I said, if you have a broken bone, you need to go see somebody. But there's so many things that we can help ourselves with, whether they're mental, emotionally, or physical, um, at our own fingertips, anytime, night or day, with this device. So I want you to understand also a couple of the people that are behind this device. So Marcus Schmincke is a German physicist, and he is the one that actually created the Healy. Now, he, for over 20 years, had been working with a product that he developed called the Time Waver. And the Time Waver is a big, cumbersome machine that you have to be in person to utilize. The person, practitioner using it for their client has to have a lot of training. It's not quite as intuitive as the Healy. So, to understand a little bit about Marcus, again, he created the time waver device that's been out for over 20 years. And he is also a quantum physicist. He went to India to study physics. And while he was there, he also became a monk for 12 years. So Marcus has this amazing vision and this amazing just kind of balance of spirituality and science kind of coming together to help us improve our lives. He's written over 25 books in 10 different languages. He's also the founder of the Institute for Consciousness Research. He lectures all of the time on physics and science and how all of this is interconnected. Um, and just, yeah, just an overall, like I said, amazing person, somebody that really truly saw that his device was making such a shift in making so many profound changes in people's lives that he wanted to find a way to be able to share this with more people and really start shifting, like I said, our collective consciousness in the world that we live in. Now, Marcus also partnered with Christian Halper. Christian is a multi-billionaire hedge fund gentleman, but he's a little bit unique in the fact that he really thrives on investing in things that will help the collective, that will help move us in a way that we are more self-sustaining and honoring the planet more. So he's got a bunch of vegan and vegetarian restaurants that he's opened up, and he really is always looking for things like that to invest in. And so when he came across Christian and he had purchased one of the time waver devices, and Marcus started talking about being able to create something that was for anybody to have in their household, Christian was on board, and now he's actually the CEO of the company as well. I want to bring your attention really quickly to the right side of the screen here. And I just kind of cropped this and pasted this out of an article that I found. And you can dive into Healy's website and you can find all of the detailed information. But these particular headings are all things that they have done case studies on using frequencies. And so, if you ever want to see the data and what things have shifted and changed and how much, and all of those kinds of exciting things, just know that there is so much research behind these devices and frequencies themselves. This is absolutely nothing new. The Healy itself is very new, very innovative. There is absolutely nothing that comes close to it on the market. So, now these are even a little bit outdated. So this says here that there's over 36,000 people who are utilizing the Healy currently. I'm pretty sure the number's a lot higher than that now. Not only that, there's 2,500 plus practitioners that are using the time waiver device, and also 2,500 people, excuse me, not time waiver device, 2,500 people that are actually using this in their practice, whether they're chiropractors or they're functional medicine doctors or they are Reiki healers, or people like myself. I utilize this with my clients in every session. So there's 55 countries and growing that are selling Healy currently, and they have a diverse team of over 250 employees from 53 different nationalities that speak 22 different languages. So there is a tremendous support system here in Healy. I just it's does not compare to anything else I've ever experienced. I'm just going to leave it at that. So when we talked about utilizing the wristbands or the sticky pads, one of the additional benefits that you get from that, besides receiving the frequencies, is that you will also be getting that little boost of that very, very mild electrical current. Now, this isn't a current that you feel, but yet it is being delivered into your cellular structure. And when it does that, it can actually increase your ATP up to 500%. So that cellular energy that you have can be increased up to 500%. So it goes from kind of maybe being sluggish or just chugging along every day to all of a sudden getting super amped up and just wanting to take on the world. It wants to get in there. It wants to fix things. It's got all this excess energy and it wants to utilize it. It can also increase your protein synthesis for up to 70% and your acid transport up to 40% by using the electrodes with the Healy itself. Now, the Healy has more than 230 programs that you can be used, and each one of those programs contains anywhere between 10 and 500 different frequencies. So this isn't a cookie cutter device. There is a resonance sensor inside of the device, and it checks in with you to see what you need specifically out of those frequencies, and it sends you only what you need. The Healy has, this says 9 million frequencies, but it's actually over 10 million frequencies available now. It has 30 different analysis databases that you can have it analyze your system and see what you might need in those different databases. It helps for things like pain, migraines, insomnia, depression, skin, organs, and so much more. You can actually use the device to record vibrations too. So you can record vibrations of things like essential oils or supplements, vitamins, plants, minerals, quartz. So, for instance, when I went to Mount Shasta last year, I took my Healy with me and I recorded the frequencies of several different kind of juicy spots on the mountain that I like to enjoy. And so now when I'm at home and I'm waiting and waiting, waiting for summer to roll around and be able to get back again, I don't have to wait to immerse myself in those frequencies. I can simply just pull those up, run them on my device, and bathe myself just as if I was standing in those places on the mountain. So it can provide frequencies to people, animals, plants, spaces, vehicles, organizations, groups, businesses, etc. Again, there's a frequency for everything you can imagine, maybe even two or three frequencies for everything you can imagine. And it can work on pretty much anything you can imagine as well, because everything is energy vibrating at a different frequency. Okay. So I'm going to move on to the next slide and just explaining that it works on all aspects of the human body and the human experience. So, again, this is mental, emotional just as much as it is physical. The frequency is the language that can communicate through all barriers, right? So, if I'm speaking to you in English and you only understand English, then we're good. If I speak to you in Spanish and you don't speak Spanish, there's going to be a huge disconnect there. But energy is universal. Everything speaks energy. And so, therefore, energy and frequency are able to communicate through time and space. So, just a few things here listed that frequencies can help with, support with, and improve. So let's talk a little bit about how it works, right? So when we look at our bodies, we think of ourselves as tissues and organs, right? So, but if we break down those tissues and organs, we get down to our cells. And then as we break down and go smaller, we get to molecules. Smaller again, we break those down to atoms. Then we're at subatomic particles. And beneath all of that, to the very finite bit that they have been able to find so far, everything is energy, frequency, which is information. So, information is what makes me look the way that I look. It is what makes my computer look the way that it looks. Um, and everything that is unseen is still information. It's just manifesting itself in a different frequency. So we're perceiving it in a particular way. So, how does the Healy work? We talked a little bit about this. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So the Healy has an analyzer, a resonance analyzer inside of that. And what that means is that when you are utilizing the Healy, it is checking in with you every 10 seconds and deciding out of the possible hundreds of frequencies that are available in the program that you're trying to run, which ones you need most. And so if you can imagine, say I had some issues with muscle pain and stiffness, I could run a muscle program and it's going to give me very specific frequencies based on what I'm needing at that time. Now, maybe the next day I'm thinking, oh, I'm still having a little bit of an issue. So I want to run that muscle program again. I may get very different frequencies the second time around based off of what in that moment my body is needing. So again, this is not a cookie cutter device. This isn't I have this issue, you just dial it to this and that's all you get. Every single time you utilize this, it is absolutely customized to what you need in that moment. So it analyzes you to find out what is out of balance and out of alignment, and then it finds the frequencies to send back into your field to get those things back into coherence. So again, your body can function at its highest optimal level. Now, we have a couple different ways. So we are not only electrical beings, but we're also magnetic beings. And so the electrical force and the magnetic fields are two complementary aspects, like the yin and yang. So these are just two different delivery systems. So they're both Healy products. They both work off of frequencies, but the delivery system is slightly different. The Healy itself is working off of microcurrent frequencies or scalar waves, whereas the MagHealy on the right-hand side is working off of PEMF or pulsed electromagnetic frequencies, which some people may be familiar with. It's pretty common out there to use PEMF for anti-inflammatory properties and so forth, especially in the animal world. This is just like that on steroids times 10. So the Healy again is just kind of an all-around therapy device. It's known for its device programs. Um, diverse programs that focus on different aspects of your health and well-being, whether you're looking for a method to reduce stress, improve your sleep quality, or need support for your well-being. The Healy offers a wealth of options. And then the MagHealy is it's a specialist for magnetic field application. While the Healy is characterized by its versatility, the MagHealy focuses on one specific area, magnetic field application. This form of treatment uses magnetic fields to support the body and improve well being. The MagHealy is particularly effective and is often used to promote physical regeneration. So, again, two devices, not one that's better necessarily than the other. I have both. In fact, I have two of both. From one set for myself and a set for my husband. Because I feel like they both have different things to offer, but both very profound and powerful. When we look at the bottom of the screen here, I just want to point out that these are the main models of the frequencies or of the Healy devices. Now, the Healy's always going to look exactly the same. It's going to look like this little, oop, wrong hand, this little guy over my shoulder here. Um, but it the pricing depends on what programs you might want to utilize with it. So it starts off as at with the gold frequencies, the gold Healy, and as we talked about earlier, the gold Healy has 144,000 frequencies just in that program group alone. And then as you move up each model, as it goes up and up from the gold, so for instance, the holistic model has everything that the gold model has, plus some additional programs. And then when you move up to the resonance model, again, you get everything from the gold, everything from the holistic, plus some additional programs and sometimes some additional modules as well. And we'll dive into that a little bit deeper here in a moment. So these are the five main Healys that they have been selling for many years. And things are changing up just ever so slightly. And there's something even newer and exciting coming up here in a moment. So the gold cycle programs. So the gold Healy. This is just to give you an idea. These are the programs that are included. So you get under the gold cycle, pure, care, balance, being, energy, relax, and release. And then you get bioenergetic support programs, which are bioenergetic boost, coherence, cosmic growth. And you also get two pain programs, and these are for local pain issues. And so one is for like a acute type of pain situation, and another one is for more like systemic chronic pain. So if you are an athlete or if you're somebody who deals with chronic pain, these can be incredibly helpful for you. It also comes with a search module, and the search module is kind of like a Google search. So it has a search bar. You type in a specific issue that you are having, whether it is a physical thing or a mental emotional thing, and then it will pull up a list of different programs from the Healy that it can suggest that would be beneficial for that specific one. Pretty freaking amazing, huh? All right, let's move on. So I'm skipping over the holistic model. I'm just going to say that so that you're not like, oh, Tara, wait. I'm going to move to the resonance model. And the reason being is once you get to the resonance model, you get a lot more programs and it just really opens up the possibilities. I really consider this personally like the base model, and I'll explain why in a moment. So you can see that in the resonance, you have 99 different programs and you get two different modules. And you have things like those that pain and chronic pain programs. You're also going to get these additional local stimulation for pain for specific issues. There are programs for fitness. So if you're wanting to improve your workouts, if you need to improve your recovery, if you struggle with pain when you do try and exercise, these are all fantastic. There are several different sleep programs as well to help you get better sleep, deeper sleep, more restful sleep. There are mental balance programs. There are bioenergetic harmony programs. And I'm not going to read them all off because I want to try and keep this as quick as possible. meridian programs, chakra programs, Power of Three. These are all based on Ayurvedic. There are some amazing programs in here. The Zapper protocol alone. This is meant for clearing parasites, viruses, and bacteria. I've used it a lot. It's amazing. And then the additional module that you get with the resonance is going to be the resonance module. And we're going to move to the next slide here. And the resonance module looks something like this. Now, this is where we're working with scalar waves, so you don't have to be in the presence of the person that you're working with. This is the coolest thing, I think, about, well, there are so many things. One of the coolest things about Healy is that it's a device that not only can you use for yourself, but you can also utilize for people, plants, animals that are not even near you. So whether somebody's sitting across the room or somebody is across the planet, you can still affect them. Much like distance Reiki, we're working with the information field, and through quantum entanglement, we are able to not only read their energy, but then send them the frequencies needed. And again, I can tell you that I have seen time and time again, this works absolutely amazingly. Um, so some of the different databases that they have in here are going to be the um, Bach flower remedies, Alaskan gem elixirs, Australian bush flowers, I Ching, and Schussler salts, which there you may notice or recognize some of those. A lot of people are familiar with the Bach flower remedies. The beauty of this is it can scan you under each one of these different categories and let you know exactly which one of those is the most beneficial to you right now. Two things that are amazing about that. One is if you don't have that Bach flower remedy or crystal or bush flower or whatever it is, you can simply send yourself the frequencies because it's already recorded the frequencies of all of these things for you. And it also gives you a little bit of underlying information as to why these issues are coming up for you in the first place. So it helps kind of bring things to our conscious awareness that maybe we know about, maybe we worked on, maybe we haven't, maybe we've stuffed them down. Regardless of whether you understand what it is or not, just know that it's finding this imbalance in your field. It's choosing the frequencies needed. It's sending them to you to get you back into coherence and alignment. So we're going to move to the Resonance Plus. So once we get to the Resonance Plus, we have 125 programs. We have 4 modules. There's lots of learning programs, which are really great if you're a student or just have a hard time ADHD, have a hard time really focusing and concentrating. Whether these are children using these, adults using these, if you're a college student using these, if you're just trying to study and absorb new material, reading books, the learning programs are amazing to run. There's lots of skin programs as well too to help with elasticity, scars, impurities, so forth. And there's these deep cycle programs, which are really, really intense, usually used after you've kind of been working with the Healy for a little bit while. And then the 2 new modules that come with this is first the Aura module and then the Success module. And the Aura module actually gives you a readout of your auric field. And you can see that there's some areas that are really expanded and some areas that are kind of retracted in towards the photograph as far as the colors go. This is just kind of giving a visual representation of what's going on in your energetic field. So the more retracted the colors are, then that just means there's more issues in that area of your chakra. So crown chakra in this person's readout looks like it's needing a little attention, whereas their heart chakra looks really expanded, like there's not a whole lot going on there that they need any work on at this point. So it will scan you, it will give you this beautiful little printout and show you what a visual representation of what's going on with you. And then it will read the 7 major chakras and it will choose the 3 that have the most issues, the most disharmony going on in them at that moment. And so once it shows which 3 are needing the most attention, then it will do a deeper analysis. And in that deeper analysis, it gets crazy. This is where it starts to tell you what all of those things that have happened in your childhood, or maybe things that have been passed down to you through your parents, your grandparents that are affecting you. And it finds the exact frequencies needed to shift those back into coherence and get you back into that beautiful divine blueprint so that those things are no longer affecting you, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically. The second one that we talked about was the coaching module. This one is really amazing too. It gives you a space to actually type in what it is that you are trying to manifest. I call it the manifestation app. And so what you would do is you would type in a statement. And for instance, let's say you had a knee that was hurting. You wouldn't want to put in there that, oh, I don't want my knee to hurt. The universe doesn't understand don'ts. They understand energy and frequency and vibration, right? So in that instance, you may want to type in something like, and you always want it to be in the present tenses if it's already happened, and you want it to be positively stated. So instead of saying, I don't want my knee to hurt, I would say, I am so incredibly grateful that my knee is strong and flexible and supports me. Something like that. And then what happens is you do an analysis and it will read your statement and then your energetic field and figure out exactly what's out of alignment with that statement and your energy. And it will send the frequencies into your field to shift things to get that back into alignment so that things can start happening in your life that maybe you've had some blockages around. All right, so now we have the professional. The professional edition has 230 programs and 6 modules. As you can see, the bulk of this, we have beauty, we have bioenergetic defense, we have job programs, and we have bioenergetic vitalization. Super excited about this program group. This is based off of 20 years of stem cell research. So these are stem cell programs. So especially if you're having some serious issues, have to be careful about compliance about what I say here. This is a great way of boosting your stem cells and then informing your stem cells to do exactly what it is that is needed most in your body at this time. The other big bulk of programs in this group are digital nutrition programs. So these are groupings of vitamins, minerals, and trace elements that your body is either lacking or maybe has an excess of. And so it will scan your body and your energetic field, and it will find exactly where those imbalances are and what things you are needing to get you back into alignment. And so it will maybe send you something for your hair, or something for hormones, or something for your blood. It just really depends on what it is that your body is needing. This is huge. This is an amazing program group. Being vegetarian, I know that I'm lacking things in my diet, and this has really helped me start to feel a lot better. um, and yeah, just feeling more whole and more supported. The big difference here is that we have a digital nutrition module that comes with this. This is super cool because it bases your scans and what your body is saying it needs. And then it gives you a way of creating a shopping list so that you can get those things in your physical food as well as taking the frequencies in through the Healy. And it also lets you kind of narrow things down in your shopping list a little bit. So, say, for instance, I'm vegetarian, so I could put that I'm vegetarian. If somebody had gluten intolerance, you could put gluten intolerance, and then it will make sure that it removes those kinds of things from the shopping list. And then it will create a list that is kind of graded at what you need the most and then moving its way down. So it's kind of cool because you can look at it and you can decide, maybe what you want to be cooking and putting into your body that your body's asking for right now. Last Healy. This is new. It's only been out for a few months. It is called the Obsidian. As you can see, it's very sleek and sexy. So, what is the obsidian? The obsidian is like the top dog of the Healy world. What it does is it has every single program that not only the professional has, but some of the other additional program groups that you would normally have to purchase separately. Some of those are Soul Cycle, Well-being, Natural Cycles, which is based on the Ayurvedic calendar, animal modules and programs, as well as a personal growth database. And so not only are you getting over 280 different frequency programs that are continuing to grow, even since the Black Obsidian has come out, they've added two new modules already. And those just get automatically loaded for free. So when you purchase the Obsidian, you are getting the top of the line. You get everything that they have created thus far. And in the future, anytime they add new modules or they create new program groups, you will automatically just get those added to your device free of cost for your lifetime. Super exciting. So you also get to be part of the VIP club. And that means that they actually do some additional trainings. You maybe get some early looks or peeks at some new products coming down the line. It's just, yeah, just makes you feel kind of exclusive. So the Obsidian, here again, we have everything the professional had. And we have now the energy cycles. The energy cycles are exclusive to the Obsidian. If you don't have an Obsidian, you cannot get the energy cycles. Soul cycles are an add-on, and they've given that to us for free. Well-being, animal programs, and natural cycles are all add-ons, which we got for free. They're just automatically added to the Obsidian because, again, it gets everything. And then as far as additional apps and modules, we have the annual module that we can use that lets us also search for issues with our animals and figure out what programs to run for them. We have natural cycle module as well. This is based off of some astrology. So you actually put in like your birth date and you started on a solstice or an equinox and you follow kind of a schedule and a protocol with this. Um, pardon me. And then we have the personal growth database that is included in the Obsidian and just released. These are the two I said just came out that got added for free, and they are absolutely amazing. The Plant Power database has 553 or 58 different plants that it will scan you against their frequencies and figure out what you need. So again, this is another way to be able to utilize herbs or ingesting certain things if they're ingestible. Um, and then the essential oils module is really fun too. It's another one where you can plug in a focus statement and let it scan around that, and it'll figure out which essential oils would be best for you to help support you and shift those frequencies to where you want them. So again, if you have those essential oils, you could utilize those in conjunction with. And if you don't have those essential oils, that's quite all right because you can just simply send the frequencies to yourself that they've already recorded for you. All right, the MagHealy, we're going to get back into this. Again, we have the classic application that comes with the classic MagHealy, and then with the professional, we also get the water applications, applications, and the atmosphere applications. So on the left-hand side, you can see we have the MagHealy Classic, and this is made for direct contact on the body. So you'd be sitting with it, laying with it. Again, it's a 9-foot diameter of energy that the MagHealy puts out. So even if you just had it sitting next to you, that would be enough. But you can see that there's several different programs in here that can be very helpful. Um, and then when we get to the MagHealy, again, it has those classic programs in it, but then you get all of these extras. And so the first one that we're going to talk about are the atmosphere programs. And the atmosphere programs are meant to actually set the device in a space, whether it's a room, an office, a car, whatever it might be. And again, that 9 feet of energy bubble that it's putting out is informing everything in that space. So it's great for family gatherings. It's great for um, doing like retreats and just kind of creating some coherence and relaxation. Um, for classrooms to just kind of get kids focused and settled. It's great for nighttime, for sleeping. There's, again, just so many different applications here. The second way that you can use the professional or the third way rather, would be water activation. So you can actually place the MagHealy on top of or next to your container of water, and then you would run a specific program, and it can infuse the water with those particular frequencies and structure it and form it so that while you're ingesting it, you're actually taking that information into your entire body. Really, really cool. And then the last one are the McMakin programs. And Carolyn McMakin actually wrote a book called The Resonance Effect. It's incredibly fascinating. She was practicing here in the Pacific Northwest in the Portland area for many, many years. And I highly recommend her reading her book just so you have a much clearer understanding of frequencies and how they can affect us. But she has put together and found that by utilizing two different frequencies at the exact same time, that there can be very, very profound effects. So there is a frequency for an issue, and there's a frequency for the tissue being affected. And when you run the frequency for the tissue along with the frequency for the issue, they just can do magical, amazing things. And so she has so graciously allowed Healy to utilize several of her different program combinations in the McMakin programs. So again, just a little bit of a recap. The gold frequencies alone have 144,000 frequencies available in them. Overall, there's more than 10 million frequencies available in all of the Healy programs. That has a quantum, we're supposed to call it a resonance sensor now. A resonance sensor that can read your energetic field, whether you're in person or far away, and be able to find out exactly what you need in that moment, and then pick and choose the frequencies needed to get you back into alignment and send those into your field. And then it's application based. So again, all you need is this little tiny device, and everybody's already got a phone anyway. You can also utilize it on a tablet if need be. So, few questions for you. What in your life do you wish to improve? How could your life be easier and more fulfilling? Are there people or animals in your life that you like to help? And would you like to be part of an amazing community of like-minded people? And what if you can improve your well-being while also creating a residual income stream? Not necessary, but it is something that is possible and available with Healy. So the community that I'd like to speak to really quickly is my group of people within Healy. We're kind of our own little pod. They have created some incredible training videos that are so easy to follow, step by step. You literally starts you off that you got the box with the Healy in it at your doorstep, and now what you do, how to open up the box, how to plug it in, how to charge it, how to start running the apps, how to understand to how to use all of these different ways that the Healy is capable of sending us frequencies. And so not only do you have that resource, but they do training videos twice a week, once on Mondays, once on Thursdays. On Mondays, it's usually based for the public. You can invite anybody to come and visit, and they have different topics. We've had topics on animals, on neurodivergence, on motherhood, on concentration and focus, gosh, you name it. There's a Zoom call for it, and they archive all of them, so you can always go back and watch them later too. So don't fear if you've missed out on some; they're all there waiting for you. On Thursdays, there's more business related calls. So if healing is something that you feel might be something you would like to share with others, and allow them to also benefit from this amazing technology, then there are avenues for some revenue to be made there, some income. And so the Thursday calls are based a little bit more on how to kind of help you through that process. So again, amazing, amazing devices. So much to learn, so much to know, but so easy at the same time. So much support here for you. If you wish to learn more, then I encourage you to please text me 541-420-9750 and just let me know. We will set up a one-on-one um, demonstration for you. We can even do a couple scans and see what it comes up with. And I can answer some more of your questions, show you a little bit more about how uh, the applications actually work inside. And gosh, yeah, I'm just so happy that you spent this time with me today. And I'm looking forward to sharing even more. And feel free to visit my website as well. There's some testimonials, lots of exciting things that have happened for me personally since I've been using the Healy. There's more science videos and so forth as well, if you're into that, which I am. And that is at www.lifesourcehealingarts.com. And you can either click on the Healy tab or you can add a /Healy to the end of the web address. Anyway, have an amazing evening, and I hope we talk soon. Bye.